Mallikarjun, Mallu Virat, Mallu is not there. Okay, I'll share the screen now. The screen is visible. Yes, anyone, please.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so again in today's session, I'll be discussing about the further the problems over the stress concept. Okay, so many of have joined the first session. Lakshman Khandekar and other that Mallikarjun. Many students have joined the first session because I have given a clear instruction. Because if you remain absent, the first internal assessment, that will be the online mode, will not be provided or will not be given. So that's why the many of the students have joined today. Okay, so we'll start with the session now. So here the statement of the problem is like a PSC beam supports a live load
Sir,
of 4.
screen ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿಲ್ಲ?
ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
Sir, voice is breaking, sir.
ಈಗ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಹಲೋ.
ಸರ್ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಬಟ್
ಹಾ ಸರ್.
ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
ಓಕೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ, ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ. I share the screen once again.
Hello.
Hello, huh? Hello. Yeah. Okay, I'm sharing the screen now. Let's will check. ಚಿದಾನಂದ್ ಈಗ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಚಿದಾನಂದ
ಸರ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ವಿಸಿಬಲ್ ಸರ್.
ವಿಸಿಬಲ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
ವಿಸಿಬಲ್ ಇದೆ ಸರ್. ಸರ್ ವಿಸಿಬಲ್ ಇದೆ ಸರ್.
ವಿಸಿಬಲ್ ಇದೆ. ಚಿದಾನಂದ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, ವಿಸಿಬಲ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್, ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನೋಡ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್. ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನೋಡ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್.
ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸರಿ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗಿ. ಓಕೆ.
ಹಾ ಸರ್, ವಿಸಿಬಲ್.
The screen is visible or not?
Yes sir, visible. Yes sir, visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We'll start the discussion now. A PSC beam supports a live load of 4 kN per meter over a span of 8 meter. The beam has a I section, so the beam is a I section.
Visible.
Okay. With an overall depth of 400 mm. Okay. So now the thickness of flange and web are 60 mm and 80 mm respectively. The web thickness is 60 mm and the flange thickness is 60 and the web thickness is 80 mm. The width of the flange is 200 mm and the beam is to be prestressed by an effective prestressing force of 235 kN. So these are things given at a suitable eccentricity such that the resultant stress at the soffit of the beam at the center of the span is 0. Okay, so you have to find out the eccentricity such that the resultant stresses at the soffit in the remote at the bottom of the beam at the center span of the beam, it should be 0. So first of all, you have to find out its eccentricity required for the force. What should be the eccentricity for the cable given, okay, to resist a force of 235 kN. Then you have to find out if the tendon is concentric, what should be the magnitude of prestressing force for the resultant stress to be 0 at the bottom fiber of center span. Did you understand the question here? Yes. Did you understand the question? What they asked? Yes. Anyone, please? I read it once again. I read it once again. So here they have given a PSC beam which supports a lie load of 4 kN per meter over a span of 8 meter. And the beam is I section. The cross section of beam is I section, and the overall depth of the beam is 400 mm. And the other properties are the thickness of flange and web is 60 mm and 80 mm respectively. The width of the flange is 200 mm, and the beam is to be pre-stressed by an effective pre-stressing force of 235 kN. So the pre-stress in the beam is 235 kN at a suitable eccentricity, okay, with the suitable eccentricity such that the resultant stress at the surface of the beam at the center span is 0. Now what you have to do here, you have to find out the eccentricity. First of all, you have to find out, in the first case, you have to find out the eccentricity required for the given force. Then we have to find out if the tendon is concentric, and in the second case, agar the tendon is in the center and if the tendon is concentric. So tendon is concentric means what? What do you mean tendon is concentric means what? Eccentricity will be, yes, anyone? Tendon is
0.
concentric. Yes, very good. The tendon is concentric means eccentricity will be 0. Then what should be the magnitude of pre-stressing force? Okay. What should be the magnitude of pre-stressing force for the resultant stress to be 0 at the bottom fiber of center span? So in the first case, now, in the first case, the force is given. For that force, what should be the eccentricity that we have to find out? And if the cable is concentric, means E is 0. In the second case, if E is 0, what is the force required to make the resultant stress 0 at the bottom of the section at center of the span? So we'll start with the solution. So as I told you, please note on the given data first. So we have the P here. P is 235 kilonewton, span is 8 meter, lie load is given 4 kilonewton per meter, and the area, as per the given cross section, the area we have got 2 into 60, so 200 into 60, that is the for flange into 2 times, because we have 2 flange here, here as well as here. So we have to multiply into 2. Then the web 280. So this is 280. The web height is 280. Total height is 400. So we have to deduct 60 plus 60. So we get 280. So 280 into 80 mm. So the total area is like this. Now what you have to do? You have to find out the moment of inertia. So you can calculate by any method. So here we have done like this area you can deduct. So BD cube by 12 minus BD cube by 12. So B into D cube. So we have B 200 into 400 cube by 12 minus 120. This remaining is 120 into 280 cube divided by 12. Okay, because 200 minus 80. 200 minus 80 you have to do. So we get this portion. We get this portion and this portion. That is total is 120. Okay, so in that case, what you have to do? We have this. Yes. So we got the moment of inertia I. Then the section modulus ZT and ZB. So that is the ZT is and ZB will be same because the section is symmetric. The ZT and ZB will remain same because the section is symmetric. That is I by Y. I by Y. So I is this and Y is what? Direct 400 by 2. C. Because the section is symmetric about the horizontal axis. So Y will remain same here. So 200 YT or YB, it will be equal to 200. So we got ZT and ZB is equal to 4.23 into 10 to 6 mm cube. So regarding this, if you have any doubt, please ask. See, these are the properties of this section with respect to the given data. Okay, we have calculated, and in this, if you have any doubt, please ask. or we'll move on to further. Okay, now next, so case 1. So case 1, we have case 1. So in case 1, what they are told to find the eccentricity required. So we have to find the eccentricity required. Okay, so now here the bending moment at mid span. For that we have to find out the bending moment. Okay, because we have to calculate the eccentricity to make the stresses zero at mid span. Okay, so calculate the bending moment at mid span. So due to self weight, we have area into density. So md is equal to wd L square by 8. wd L square by 8. Okay, so wd L is 8 meter divided by 8, so 8.8 kilonewton meter. Then due to lie load is given 4 w into L square by 8 again. This is again a simple calculation for the calculation of bending moment. Okay, now this is very important here. Please concentrate here. This is very important. Okay, now so we have to find out. So we'll go back again. So I'll read out once again. Find the eccentricity required. So what they asked, eccentricity such that the resultant stresses at soffit of the beam, okay, at soffit of the beam at the center of span should be equal to 0. So we have to find out eccentricity when at the bottom of the beam the stresses should be equal to 0. So here, yes, here this is very important. This thing is very important. So when you draw the stress distribution diagram, so I'll try to draw here. Okay, we get first due to direct stress like this. We'll draw the line here. Then we get stress due to dead load, stress due to lie load, and stress due to pre-stress force. Is it correct? Is it correct? Yes, anyone? This will be plus. Is it right? Yes, anyone please answer.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So here we get plus, minus, plus, minus, minus, plus. Okay. So this, the first one is for direct stress. This is for bending stress due to dead load. This is for bending stress due to lie load, and this is for bending stress due to pre-stress. Okay. Now here I have selected the bottom fiber stresses only. Here I have selected the bottom fiber stresses only. Why I have selected only bottom fiber stresses? Okay, so I'll come to that. So you can see this is P by A. So minus for bottom fiber stress, this is minus MD by Z minus ML by Z plus P by Z equal to 0. So can anyone answer this? Why I have taken only bottom fiber stresses? Can anyone answer, please?
Soffit of the beam in the ಕೆಳರ್ sir or center then.
Center ಒಳಗ
Soffit of the beam in the ತಗೋತೀವಲ್ಲ sir ಅದಕ್ಕೆ bottom fiber ತಗೋತೀವಿ.
Yes, yes, very good, very good, very good. You are exactly correct. Okay, so see what they ask: an effective pre-stressing force of 235 kilonewton at a suitable eccentricity such that the resultant stresses at the soffit of the beam. The resultant stresses at the soffit of the beam. Soffit is nothing but bottom fiber. Soffit is nothing but bottom fiber. The resultant stress at soffit of the beam at the center of the span is 0. So soffit of the beam. This is very important. Okay. Resultant stress at soffit of the beam at center of the span is 0. Means you have to consider only bottom fiber stresses. Okay, bottom fiber stresses. So that's why we have taken P by A minus MD by Z minus MSL plus P by Z is equal to 0. Why equated equals equal to 0 here? Why have equated equal to 0? Yes, anyone? Yes.
The tendon center, sir.
Huh?
Tendon center.
ಇಲ್ಲ 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 ಟೆಂಡನ್ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಟೆಂಡನ್ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಬರ್ತೈತೆ ಹೀಗೆ ಈ ಟರ್ಮ್ 0 ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೈತೆ equal to 0 ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ನ? Yes, anyone? Aishwarya? Bharti?
Yes, sir. So because they
Why?
have mentioned in the question, sir, that soffit of the
Ah.
beam
The stress is equal to 0. You
0.
have to make,
Yes, sir.
yes, very good, very good. In the question it is given, you have to equate the stress is equal to 0. Okay, so that's why you have to make it equal to this term equal to 0. All these stresses should be equal to 0. Okay, then you have to substitute all the required things, the calculate. Okay, then you calculate E from this. Okay, everything is given, only E is not given. So from this you have to find out E. Okay, so you calculate E. Okay, so we got E is equal to 82 mm. 82 mm. So anyone having doubt in this, please ask if you have any doubts. If you have any doubts, please ask. Yes, anyone? Okay. So we'll move on to case 2. No one having doubt? No one is having doubt? Okay, we'll move on to case 2 now. Okay. So in case 2, what they have given? The tendon is concentric. The tendon is concentric. Therefore, E will be equal to 0. Therefore, E will be equal to 0. Correct? So now, again, what there was, the bottom fiber stresses at center span is equal to 0. Okay. So I'll go back to question again. Okay, here. If the tendon is concentric, okay, what should be the stresses? What should be the, okay, if the tendon is concentric, what should be the magnitude of precessing force for the resultant stress to be 0 at the bottom fiber of center span? Again, you have to make all the equations is equal to 0 here. Okay. So the bottom fiber stress at center span is equal to 0. Okay. So you can see here again FB bottom fiber stress is P by A minus MD by Z minus FL by Z plus P by Z. But this term will get nullified, or this term you have to get neglected, because E is 0 here. E is 0. Correct? Understood? So that's why again substitute in the formula and get the answer of P. Get the answer of P. Okay. So do you have any doubts? Please, if you have any doubts, please ask. Anyone? Please ask if you have any doubts. Otherwise, we'll move on to further. Aishwarya, Hudar, you have
Yes,
joined
sir.
late. Okay, no
Yes, sir.
problem.
So can you repeat that first case?
Which?
So case
This you
1.
understood? This you understood?
Yeah.
Okay. So this equation remains same. FB, we have to find out the stresses, the bottom fiber stresses is equal to 0, you have to make it. And E is 0. So the total term equal to 0. From this you will get P. So the first case, again Aishwarya, see, these are the properties you have to find out first of all. This is again easy. Okay. The properties like area, moment of inertia, and the section modulus you have to find out. Okay. Then the case 2, what they asked, to find the eccentricity required. To find the eccentricity required. Okay. So bending moment at midspan you have to find out. So for that, you have to calculate the load, the dead load, and the bending moment due to dead load, live load is given. So we have to find out the bending moment due to live load. Correct. Then I have discussed about this stress distribution diagram, which is already you know, okay, because we have the 4 stress distribution diagram. First one is for P by A, direct stress. Then we have bending stress, MD by Z, bending stress, ML by Z, and bending stress, PE by Z. This you know, na, Aishwarya?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what you have to do now? What they ask, the stresses at bottom fiber should be equal to 0. So what you have to do? You have to use the equation at what? The stresses at bottom fiber should be equal to 0. So P by A minus MD by Z minus ML by Z plus P by Z. Because see, plus minus MD by Z minus ML by Z plus P by Z. So same you have to write here. Then substitute in the formula. Then get E from this. Okay. This is given in the question. To go back and check. Okay. First case, find the eccentricity. Second case, if the tendon is concentric, means E will be equal to 0. Find the magnitude of pre-stressing force P. So we got both the answers. Ashwarya, clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So we'll move on to next. Anyone? Anyone have doubts? Please ask if you have any doubts. Otherwise, we'll move on to further. Okay. Now. Okay. So I'll read out the statement. A rectangular, simply supported concrete beam. A rectangular, simply supported concrete beam of cross section 300 mm deep and 200 mm wide. Okay. So it's a rectangular beam, 300 mm deep and 200 mm wide. Is pre-stressed by means of 15 wires. Okay. So the beam is pre-stressed by 15 wires of 5 mm diameter. Of 5 mm diameter, located 6.5 centimeter from the bottom of the beam. What? There are 15 wires in this beam. There are 15 wires of 5 mm diameter, located at a distance of 6.5 centimeter from the bottom of the beam, and 3 wires of 5 mm diameter. What? 3 wires of 5 mm diameter, located 2.5 centimeter from the top. Okay. Then, assuming the pre-stress in steel as 840 Newton per mm square. See, the pre-stress is given. Pre-stress force is not given here. So you have to be very careful here. The pre-stress force is not given. P is not given here. Only stress is given. Pre-stress is given, that is 840 Newton per mm square. Calculate the stresses at the midspan. Calculate the stresses at the midspan when the beam is supporting its own weight. Calculate the stresses at midspan when the beam is supporting its own weight over a span of 6 meters. If UDL, live load is 6 kN per meter, is imposed, evaluate the maximum working stress in the concrete. We have to find out what is the maximum working stress in the concrete. So let us note down the given data first. Okay. We'll come here. Chalo. So they have given the span is 6 meter, P is 200 mm, depth is 300 mm, live load is 6 kN per meter, and the area will be B into D. So we got area. This is the area. Next, yes, sketch. This is very important now. This is very, very important. This part, the sketch. Okay. So the total size of the beam is, width of the beam is 200 and the depth of the beam is 300. Okay, it is given. Then the steel is at the bottom. We have 15 wires of 5 mm diameter, and those wires located at a distance of what? 6.5 centimeter. Those wires located at a distance of 6.5 centimeter. Then we have at top 3 wires of 5 mm diameter. 3 wires of 5 mm diameter, and those located at a distance of 2.5 centimeter. 2.5 centimeter. Okay. Now, see, there are two terms here are important now. There are two terms here are important. First is CGC and CGS. CGC and CGS. What do you mean by CGC? CGC is nothing but center of gravity of concrete section. Center of gravity of concrete section. So now the section is rectangular. तो उसका center of gravity कहाँ पे होगा? It will be exactly in the middle. Okay, that is 150 by, that is 300 by 2. That is 150 and 150. 150 and 150. Okay, this is clear regarding CGC, because the concrete is rectangular in shape. So obviously, if it is rectangular, the CGC will be in the center only. Now the question is for CGS. Because at top we have 3 wires, at bottom we have 15 wires. So what will happen? The CGS will change, or it will shift. Okay. CGS is nothing but what? The center of gravity of steel. Center of gravity of steel. Okay. So for that, you have to find out by using this y bar is summation of A y divided by summation of A. Now we have to consider from the bottom of the beam. Okay. So you can see pi by 4 area, pi by 4 into diameter, pi by 4 into diameter into 15 number of cables. So this is 15 number of cables. You can see here, these cables are 15 numbers. Pi by 4 dia square into 15. What is the distance from the bottom fiber? 65. From bottom fiber, the distance is 65. Then plus pi by 4, again pi by 4 into diameter 5 square, pi by 4 into d square into the number of cables are 3, and again the distance from bottom fiber from this to this, here to here, is how much? 275. That is 300 minus 25. 300 minus 25. Okay, 300 minus 25 divided by total area. So we got pi by 4 d square into number of cables. So we have 18 number of cables total. 15 plus 3, 18. Okay. So pi bar is 100 mm. Y bar is 100. That is from bottom. So now you can see here. The difference between CGC and CGS. So CGC, you can see it is in center and located from the bottom at a distance of 150. But the CGS, the center of gravity of steel is 100 mm from the bottom. So this here we have the center of gravity of steel. So what is eccentricity now? From center of this section to the center of steel, that is nothing but eccentricity. What? From center of the section to the center of steel, that is nothing but what? Eccentricity E. Okay. So we got the eccentricity as 150 minus 100. Here 150 minus 100. So total the eccentricity we got as 50 mm. Okay. See, the last or the number of problems what I have solved, in that the steel was provided only at one location, that is only at bottom side or the near to the bottom section. But here the reinforcement is given, the steel is provided at top section as well as at bottom section. Okay, so that's why we have to find out the centroid of the steel. Centroid of the steel. Okay. So in that, if you have any doubt, please ask. If you have any doubt, please ask. Yes, anyone having doubt? Yes. Jyoti Naik. Jyoti,
Yes, sir.
do
Yes, sir.
you have any doubts?
No, sir.
Doubt?
No, sir. No.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Aryan, Chidananda, Sindagi.
No, sir. No doubts.
Okay. Sneha, what was her name? Sneha Gujjar or Yar? Sindagi? Sindagi? Mayur Patil? Mayur,
सर
any doubts?
नहीं सर
Huh? No doubts?
नहीं नो सर
Okay. Chalo. So next, the moment of inertia, I is equal to BDQ by 12. I is equal to BDQ by 12. Okay. This is very simple again. Okay. So we got this. Then given pre-stress in steel. So the pre-stress is given, not pre-stressing force. Okay. That is 840 Newton per mm square. Understood? So here, so now, okay. So the pre-stressing force is stress into area. What you have to do here? Stress into area. So 840 into pi by 4 d square into 18. 18 number of cable. Stress into area. So we get pre-stressing force here. So we get the pre-stressing force as 296.88 kilonewton. 296.88 kilonewton. Okay. So now the self-weight of the concrete is again area into density. Then we have ZT, ZB, I by Y, I by Y. So now, first, bending moment at midspan. Due to self-weight, W square by 8. Due to lie load, W square by 8 again. Then, stresses at top fiber or top fiber stresses. So we have P by A plus MD by Z plus ML by Z minus P by Z. Substitute here. So we get the stresses at top fiber as 11.66 Newton per mm square. 11.16 Newton per mm square. Then we have stresses at bottom. P by Z, P by A minus MD by Z minus ML by Z plus P by Z. So we got minus 1.26 Newton per mm square. So the stress distribution diagram, this is for homework, or if you want, we'll discuss here only. Okay, we'll discuss here. So along with you people. So we'll draw here. Okay, so first is P by A. Okay, this is plus P by A. Correct? Then, yes, next, can anyone answer? So we have, next is for plus MD by Z. Correct? Chidananda.
Yes, sir.
Then plus, this is ML by Z. Okay. MD by Z, ML by Z. Then we have P by Z. So we get this side now. P by Z. So I rewrite plus minus, plus, minus, minus, plus. So this is the stress distribution diagram, and the final resultant stress. The final resultant stress. First, we'll draw the line. Okay. At top, we have 11.66. That is positive. So positive means this side. Positive means this side. Then at bottom, 11.26. Sorry, 1.26. Negative 1.26. So it's negative means this side. So we have to join now. So here we have got 11.16, and here we have got 1.26. Is it clear? Yes. Is it clear? Yes. Anyone, please?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Alas, one by we'll see. Mallu Virat. Not there. Pradeep clear आता? Pradeep उत्तंगी.
हाँ सर, यस सर.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Mallikarjun Beligiri.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Lakshman Khandekar. Lakshman Khandekar? No, he's not there.
Yes sir.
काय रे एवढे दिवस कुठे काय
Yes, sir.
बोलतात?
Yes, sir. Sir.
लक्ष्मण खांडेकर
हाँ सर.
कुठं होतास रे एवढे दिवस? खांडेकर खांडेकर
Kandekar what, sir?
आता ना आता ना.
सर घरी.
मग why you are not attended classes? You left. ಮಲ್ಲು ವಿರಾಟ ಏನು ಹೆಸರೇನ? ಮಲ್ಲು ವಿರಾಟ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು?
Sir, Mallikarjun, sir.
ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದು
ಹಾ,
ಹೆಸರೇ
sir.
ಹಂಗ ಹಾಕಿದಿ ನೀವು? ಅದೇ ಇವನ್ ಫ್ಯಾನ್ ಏನ ವಿರಾಟ್ ಕೊಹ್ಲಿ?
Yes, sir. ಅದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ sir.
ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮತ್ ನಾವು ಹೆಂಗ ಏನ್ ಹೆಸರು ಕರಿಬೇಕು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ? ಮಲ್ಲು ವಿರಾಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿಬೇಕನಾ? ನೋಡ ನಿನ್ ದೋಸ್ತ್
Change
ಕರೆಕತ್ತಾನ
ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ
ಬಾಜು.
ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್.
ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕದು.
ಹಾಂ
ಜ್ಯೋತಿ ಅಮೋಜಿ. ಜ್ಯೋತಿ
हाँ सर.
ज्योति अमोजी. लक्ष्मण.
हाँ सर.
लक्ष्मण खांडेकर. I'll come to you, Jyoti. Wait. Lakshman. Lakshman.
हाँ सर.
Why are you not attending the classes? क्यों नहीं अटेंड किए क्लासेस?
सर काय नेटवर्क यार आता पण नाही राहिलेलं.
अरे आज नेटवर्क आज आलंय. आज तू क्लासला तर आलायस, एवढे दिवस क्लासला पण आला नाहीस तू.
हॅलो.
एवढे दिवस क्लासला पण आला नाहीस की रे? चेतन दलवाई he left the meeting.
नाही
Just
सर.
for time pass people are attending.
सर बसलेलो की स्टार्टिंग बसलेलो.
हम्म.
सर स्टार्टिंग बसलेलो.
ठीक आहे बाबा. नेक्स्ट
हॅलो.
Harsh Jain has left the meeting.
सर
Okay, no problem. Harsh, now Lakshman, okay. असू दे. Majik, Pallavi. Okay. Well, Ningappa, Ninganna.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Correct ಆಯ್ತಾ?
Hello.
Pallavi.
Hello.
Hmm.
Hello. Yeah.
Your voice is not clear, Pallavi. Okay, let it be. So I'll start with the next. Okay.
No.
Okay. Now, so now I'll move on to next problem. See, this has been asked in the January 2020. So same problem I'll be solving here. So please concentrate. Okay. So the statement is given: a pre-stressed concrete beam of inverted T section has the following dimensions. The pre-stressed concrete beam of inverted T section has the following dimensions. Rib, nothing but web. Web is given 300 mm by 900 mm. So it is 300 mm by 900 mm. Then the flange is 300 mm by 600 mm. Okay. So now the beam is simply supported over a span of 15 meter. The beam is post tension with 3 Precinet cables, with each containing 12 wires of 7 mm dia. Correct. The beam is simply supported over a span of 15 meter, and the beam is post tension with 3 Precinet cables, with each containing 12 wires of 7 mm dia. So in one cable there are 12 wires of 7 mm dia. One cable consists of 12 wires of 7 mm dia, placed at 150 mm from the soffit at mid span. So it is distance of 150 mm from soffit of the beam. If the initial pre-stress is 1 kilonewton per mm square, the initial pre-stress is 1 kilonewton per mm square. Calculate the maximum UDL that it can carry. So we have to find out the maximum UDL. Now we have to find out the UDL that can be carried by the beam. If the maximum compressive stress in concrete is limited to 15 MPa, what? The maximum compressive stress is limited to 15 MPa and the tensile stress is limited to 1 MPa. Assume loss of pre-stress is 15% here. The loss of pre-stress. Okay, the loss of pre-stress is 15%. Now we have the sketch here. Here, so they are given the rib is 300 mm by 900 and the flange 600 by 300. Okay, this is the one thing. Then next, what they are given if the maximum compressive stress is limited to 15 MPa. So if you draw the diagram, top we get compression, bottom we get tension. So the stresses in the beams are limited to 15 MPa, that is compression, and 1 MPa, that is tension. Okay. So again, we have to find out what is CGC, center of gravity of concrete. So this is the CGC, center of gravity of concrete, CGC. Okay. So for that, again, we have the data, length, area, loss. Okay. So for the CGC, again, AY by summation of Y. So what is AY? Again, 300 by 900 from bottom plus into 300 into 900 by 2. 300 into 900 by 2 for this section. Then we have plus 600 into 300, 600 into 300 into 150. Then because it is 300 by 2 is 150 divided by total area. So we got 510. So we got this distance as you can see Y bar B 510 Newton per mm square. 510 Newton per mm square. Then therefore eccentricity. What is eccentricity again? I told you. So from this to this. So as you know, this is 510 minus 150. If you make it, you will get E. We get E. This is E. Okay. So we get E. So this we got E. So we got E as 510 minus 150. So we got 360 mm. 360 mm. Understood? Then, okay. Now the initial stress. The initial stress is given as 1 kilonewton per mm square. 1 kilonewton per mm square. Now area of the cable. They have given 3 cables. In each cable we have 12 wires of diameter 7 mm. So 5 by 4 into this square root multiply. So we got the total area of the cable. Then the precessing force. What? The precessing force sigma S into A. Sigma S into A. Sigma S into A. So sigma S is given 1 into area to multiply. So we got the total precessing force in the cable. Understood? The total precessing force in the cable. We got 1384.44 kilonewton. So still this, if you have any doubt, please ask. Otherwise, I'll move on to further. Till this, if you have any doubt, please ask. So the cable is the section is inverted T section. The tendons are 3, and each tendon carries 15 wires of 7 mm diameter. Sorry, 12 wires of 7 mm diameter. So we got area. So they have given the initial pre-stress into area. If you get, so you get the initial precessing force. The initial precessing force has 1385.44 kilonewton. 1385.44 kilonewton. Then next,
Sir, initial stress ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು?
Initial ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ? So it is the post tension beam. Okay. So ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅವರು? Stress, the cable will be stretched time by time. ಒಂದೇ ಸಲ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಚ್ ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅವರು. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಲಾಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಲಾಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಚ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಟೈಮ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅದ್ರಾಗ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟು ಅದು ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರ ಅವರು. In the cable, the stress was 1 kilonewton per mm square. During stretching the cable, the initial time, the stress in the cable was 1 kilonewton per mm square. Okay. Clear? Chetan?
Yes, sir.
The stress was 1 kilonewton per 1 Newton per mm square. So you multiply, you get. Okay. Now the moment of inertia. Again, it is same. I'll not have much discussion over this. Okay. You do the practice, so you'll be perfect in that. Okay. I have solved so many number of problems in that. You have to calculate the moment of inertia. So please do practice. Okay. So because the moment of inertia is very important for the calculation. Okay. Then, so we got the moment of inertia 5.84 into 10 raised to 10 mm raised to 4. Then the section modulus ZT, ZB, ZT and ZB. Okay, that is I by YT, I by YB. These things all we have calculated already. These two things we have already calculated. Okay. Okay. So now we have these things. Okay. So ZT and ZB we got. these two. Then calculate the bend moment due to self-weight. Okay. Again, volume into density you have to multiply. So due to bend moment due to dead load as well as, okay, this is dead load, WL square by 8. Then see, this is very important now. This is, wait a minute. Just a minute. There are some. Hello? Hello? So can you hear me? Anyone, please?
Yes, sir.
Shall we have break for 10 minutes? Then we'll continue again for another half an hour. Yes? Can you have a break? I'm getting some problems on my side. I'm trying to fix. Can we have a break?
Yes, sir.
Yes, anyone? Huh? So we'll have a break of 10 minutes. Yes, others? What do you suggest?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we'll have a break of 10 minutes. Then I'll discuss another half an hour. Then we'll stop the meeting. Okay. So I'll share once again the meeting details. So you please join after 10 minutes. Okay. We'll leave the meeting now. We'll stop the discussion.